The first miniature for StarCraft the Miniatures game is here, and it's Zeratul for the Protoss faction. Let's open this box up and take a look at what is inside. And now some of you are thinking, hey, wait a minute, Jason, your box is not shrink wrapped and the corner up here is torn. And well, that's because I lied to you. I've actually already opened the box up. What you're going to get inside is, first off, the instruction manual for assembling the miniature. Now, it's kind of odd to highlight an instruction manual, but apparently this is a bit of a new feature for Archon Studio. They often don't put proper paper manuals for how to assemble their miniatures in their boxes. With StarCraft, that is changing. But what you guys really want to see are the sprues. And you've got two different sprues here, but they're essentially approximately the same character. This one over here is for the non-cloaked version, and this translucent sprue, well, this is for the cloaked version of Zeratul. And I'm sure many of you have probably just noticed that the sprues are not the same size, and that is because the non-cloaked version of Zeratul also comes with a base to mount the miniature on. The cloaked version does not, so while you have two poses of the miniature, you only have one base. So therefore, if you want to actually use both of these in a game or swap between them or whatever it may be, you're going to have to either magnetize your miniature so that you can swap it on and off the base, or just go ahead and make your own custom StarCraft theme. I believe he is a 40mm base. And the thing that's not in the box you might expect would be there is the stat card. So I have no idea what the rules or stats for this character is going to be come game time. Hopefully they're going to be available free online, because otherwise I'm not entirely sure how you'll be able to play this miniature, unless there is actually QR codes for the online version of the rulebook, which I did check. They do not currently have a stat card. Maybe at some point in the future they'll get added there. All right, let me jump over to my game room and we'll get this miniature assembled. Holy crap. This miniature is awesome, but he was definitely not an easy one to assemble. Now, part of the problem was on my end. Apparently my plastic glue was a little old and I had a heck of a time getting some of the parts to stick together. But some of the pieces just kind of go together at a bit of a finicky angle. Some of them fit really nicely together. It's very obvious how the two pieces go together. But some of them not so much, especially step number 4 when you get to that. And I suppose you shouldn't be surprised by the fact that trying to assemble a miniature that's supposed to be invisible also proved to be relatively difficult. I would recommend, if you are going to assemble the cloaked version of him, do the first step for the non-cloaked version and then do that same step for the cloaked version and repeat that process. With the cloaking effect, it's really hard to see any of the details on the miniature. So you're really going purely by your orientation of the various pieces, whether the arms, legs, whatever, and trying to make them fit together. And it's a lot easier to tell that from the actual miniature versus the pictures in the instruction booklet. So if you have this guy sitting right next to you going along step by step, it's a lot easier to get the translucent one together. But he does look pretty darn awesome as well. I'm going to have to get a base for him. Another problem that I did run into is when I got to the final step in terms of getting him on his base. He's supposed to be 1 foot up here where it is and 1 foot down here in the Hydralisk skull. However, I probably didn't get some of the leg joints correctly and his feet were off, and then I tried to jam things together and then it fell apart. Then I got frustrated. It was something getting this guy all together. But he is definitely a fantastic looking miniature. I do want to add one more thing, which is if you're a fan of StarCraft and you want to try this whole miniature thing out, so you went ahead and ordered this miniature because you like Zeratul and like the Protoss, this is not a first miniature assembly type thing, right? If you've never assembled miniatures before, this is not the one you should try to start with. Find a different miniature with a different game, whether it be Warhammer, Star Wars Legion, or something, and try a few of those or one of those. This is a fairly complex miniature to put together. Yes, I'd recommend trying something else. Maybe from fracturedcolony.com. That's a shameless self-promotion there, by the way, if you didn't know. Got a handful of guys to choose from. But anyway, that is about all I got for you to show off this time. My brain is failing on me because it's late and assembling that miniature took a lot longer than processed. Told you, brain's not working quite right at the moment. So anyway, thank you guys all for watching. I am Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield and FracturedColony.com. As I just mentioned a moment ago, that is my 3D printable gaming miniature line, which I guess if you want to assemble those guys, you got to have a 3D printer, which you probably don't have if you're just a fan of StarCraft. But hey, you never know. Maybe you know somebody who has a 3D printer. So anyway, with that, hope you guys all enjoyed taking a first look at the Zeratul miniature for the upcoming StarCraft the Miniatures game. Hopefully some of the other miniatures will be easier to assemble, but they are definitely looking pretty darn awesome. Oh, and one last thing I probably should mention, because I've talked about these things on this channel from time to time. This guy's made in Poland. He's not a Chinese miniature. Archon makes, I believe, all their miniatures in Poland at their factory, that's pretty darn cool. Get somebody other than China making our gaming miniatures. That's always awesome. Of course, I guess Games Workshop does the UK stuff. One more location is never a bad thing. Anyway, that's about it. For real this time. Have a good night. I'll see you guys later.